This video is sponsored by Aura.
I know who likes boys. I know who's selling contracts. I know who's beating his wife. I own them.
I was originally going to call this the John Wick Street Cop Hood film, but then I was like, that film already kind of exists. And then I was going to title this video, Neo from the Matrix in the Hood. But then I was like, yeah, same problem that already exists. So the more I edited this video, the more it was apparent that Keanu Reeves' character in here is the most relatable to myself.
You think I'm racist?
Oh, nah. I meant that he has to drink to function. But yeah, there's a little bit of that schism crumbled in around this film.
So how am I supposed to know what kind of z***head dog-munching dick you are if you don't? Yo.
And oh yeah, drunk, allegedly racist Keanu Reeves hood cop film. So was this one of Keanu Reeves' best character roles that you've never seen? Or is there a good reason that you never saw him in this film? Well, let's get into it. The film starts off with a hangover, and I was dead-ass drinking while scripting this, so seeing this made me want to just throw my drink away.
Hot too and spit on that thing.
But then, I wouldn't be able to function without it. Please pray for Old Barrio.
I'm gonna finish my drink.
Keanu is prepping for an eventful night because he's gonna meet up with these Asian crime bosses. And hold up, Keanu might have the N-word pass for this film. I mean, he ain't driving a Hellcat, but it's still a big block Dodge. So, close enough. And even if Keanu doesn't have the N-word pass, you know who does? This Asian mob boss.
Nigga, I drive a $100,000 car.
And he even has the F-card pass, and it ain't even June.
We want your faggoty ass ride, we'll jack it from you.
Damn, not gonna lie, David Ayer, the director of this film, really knows how to write hood dialogue, because regardless of race, hood characters do really be talking like this.
Come on, fool.
Konnichiwa's Japanese. It's insulting to Koreans.
How am I supposed to tell if you can't?
Is that supposed to mean white boy?
And hold up, isn't Keanu Asian too? Anyways, Keanu flames these nigga higgas. It's okay, I only said it with one G. Basically, Keanu's undercover selling them these automatic firearms, but they don't want it because it's too big. And is that an M2 Browning? I mean, I'll take it, in all honesty. If you're trying to find cover for a 50 cal, my boy, there is no cover.
You and whatever you were hiding behind.
Back on topic, they get fed up with Keanu and they're just gonna gank him for his gun and his ride, and this all falls into his elaborate plan, and he raids their hideout. Convenient open gate and guns left in the trunk and all. So it's John Wick time.
I'm thinking I'm fat.
It's a pretty decent shootout, but the audio for these pistols are whack as hell. This shit sounds like a cap gun. Turns out that this was all an illegal and immoral immigrant violation film production with missing kidnapped girls, and Keanu sets up the crime scene so like that the evidence and the ballistics favors him, all because he's manipulating the law to do good.
It's okay. I'm a cop.
And what happened to cops violating the laws just for the sake of being good? Now they'll just violate it just because they don't understand your constitutional rights, or it's an ego thing.
What's the problem? You a tyrant?
Yeah, I am actually. What's your name and date of birth?
Now that I'm inside your house, I own your house right now.
you do not.
Yes, I do.
Comedy police, the joke's too funny.
I'm not going back to jail!
Come on, fool.
But what happened to right and wrong? His partner and boss, Forrest Whitaker, come in, and it's that hold me back cliche. Regardless, Keanu gets some props.
You fucked him up.
He also got hit in the line of duty, so he's got to go see House MD. But before that, he runs into his old partner, Julius. And I think there must have been some checkered racial past in Keanu's prior history. In the movie, not in real life, of course.
If it ain't LA's deadliest white boy, I'll be praying for the families of your victims.
They're called suspects. Victims are the 14-year-old schoolgirls. The suspects kept in a cage. Until why don't you just say it? You think I'm racist? We used to be brothers. Hey!
At the hospital, and it turns out that House's character is actually a credit fraud investigator investigating Keanu's character since he bought that dope-ass charger using someone's stolen online information. And this could really happen to you too. But luckily for you, this video is sponsored by Aura. With over 2.9 billion records stolen from the national public data, including possibly yours and mine's full name, date of birth, phone numbers, and most importantly, our social security security numbers, your personal info is at risk more than ever, since police really can't do shiz about it. Luckily, I don't have to worry about any of that stuff anymore, since I got Aura, and they'll protect all of your online information. Not only that, but they also provide data monitoring, VPNs, deep dark web scrubbing for your personal info, parental controls, password management, and up to $5 million in identity theft insurance if worst case scenario. So how much is all this coverage gonna cost? Well, it is completely free with your 14-day free trial whenever you click my special link linked in the description below or scan the QR code. So don't wait to get hacked, jacked, and your identity stolen. Get Aura today, and thank you Aura for sponsoring this video. Now back to the story. At the hospital, it turns out that House is actually an internal affairs detective investigating Keanu after that shooting, and this is an AR-directed film, so mandatory Latina love interest. The next day, it's celebration dinner time at, I'm pretty sure this is that same diner from Training Day, and it's all because Forrest Whitaker's character is being promoted to commander. It's unveiled that Terry Crews's character is snitching on Keanu's character about all the times he broke code and broke bones.
Who's Washington giving up?
You thought?
Me.
The next day, Keanu's gonna go kick Terry Crews's ass. I wonder if that would happen in real life. But he finds out that there's a hit on him, or that there's gonna be a holdup in that liquor store that Terry Crews is in.
Listen to me, you idiot. We got two gangbangers rolling in hot.
Break yourself! No!
So Keanu intervenes. He ends up hiding because he only had this sorry ass shitty revolver, and even accidentally shoots Terry's character in the back. He had to just stay there and watch Terry literally get blasted into pieces. The evidence all looks really bad for Keanu, so the whole unit covers his back to protect their own wrongdoings.
Who else has seen this?
Just us, boss.
Maybe the clerk forgot to put the disc in the recorder today.
And 10 out of 10 points for bureaucratic corruption authenticity.
Is what you can prove.
Forrest Whitaker puts Keanu in this office complaint administration position to keep the heat off him for a while.
Motherfucker beat my ass like I was Rodney King, man. Dude looked just like you, but black.
You what?
And he also gets a visit from House's character again. He investigates him, giving him some valuable ballistics and info, and then Forrest Whitaker rages on House. And he also grills him for not pulling any bitches and having to pay for the chon chon.
Like that hooker I caught you with when we were sergeants. Remember? It was the best head I ever had.
Later, Captain America, or should I say, most recently, the Human Torch, is assigned to Terry Crews's death investigation. Now, by the way, Terry Crews's character's name is Washington in here, but I mean, I'm just calling him Terry Crews because it's more convenient, like calling him Keanu and Forrest Whitaker, then yeah, I'm not gonna remember those names. But anyways, Chris Evans' character is prying around to see if his ass is covered or not at the coroner's office, and Keanu is searching for his bullet out of Terry Crews. Keanu also had a wife that died mysteriously and I guess was having an affair on him, but this subplot kind of just goes nowhere, so I'll probably just ignore it. Chris Evans' character is playing along with Forrest Whitaker's corruption narrative.
They get a pass, you get a pass. That's the deal, right?
What are you talking about?
I don't understand. Clady said you were on board.
No, this.
But Keanu wants to find out who's Terry Crews's assassins really were, even if it means his ass. Back at the office, it turns out that Terry Crews's assassins were in the systems, and Terry Crews even arrested them and booked them prior to his assassination.
Washington kicked loose the very guys who whacked him.
Damn ironic, isn't it?
But all of Keanu's partners are trying to ignore it. I wonder why. Now Keanu goes to Forrest Whitaker's house asking for a pass to blast the perps who blasted Julius. But Forrest Whitaker's trying to be careful with House roaming around. The next day, Chris Evans lets Keanu know that Terry Crews's character was dirty.
Washington.
Washington signed out heroin and returned brown sugar. They had a business arrangement.
Maybe it was a hit.
Or at least that's what the planted evidence makes it seem like. They're out doing detective stuff now, and they spot Hector from the Hectorverse and chase after him through the hood.
Get him.
Ironically, John Wick is the one that throws Captain America's shield at Hector and subdues him. That was a weird ass yell.
What do they call you?
They call me fucking Quicks, man.
Quicks.
Quick.
Not quick enough.
He extracts some info about the two gunmen and they go arrest another lead. And they end up playing this punching game with him, with the character, with the man. It's the game, the rapper. That was my whack ass pun of a joke. And no, I'm not drunk, just cheesy as hell. So with that being said, they take the game into Snitch. In the morning, Keanu visits Terry Crews' wife and she lets him know that Forrest Whitaker might have been after him. He's got his eye on him. Also, this other detective corruptly covers Keanu's bullet and gives it to him.
I got something for you. We got your back, Tom.
The game finally gets some valuable information on who might have been able to point to the shooters, so they go in and it turns out to be Cedric the Entertainer.
You expect me to leave my car in the hood, man?
Nonetheless, racial police minority tension time.
2 for 2. Watch those f***ing jokers.
Get back! Get the back!
You looking at white boy?
You think you tough? I hate your black skin. I'd hate Whoopi Goldberg's lips. Hate the back of Forrest Whitaker's neck. Ah! Black skin. I hate Whoopi Goldberg's lips.
Ah, come on, fool.
The two follow up on more clues and then end up at this house where the two find out 2 more people leading to the people who might have blasted Washington, but they're all butchered. So whoever hired these two to waste Terry Crews' character also wasted them afterwards. What are they working for? The Clintons? Don't put my name on that list. Later that night, Keanu gives the evidence tape to Terry Crews' wife and levels with her for a bit. Then sets up a meeting with the gunners that blasted Terry Crews, so Keanu and Chris Evans head in there. And I'm sure this is gonna be an obvious ass ambush. And it's a candle in the dark guy.
You're a candle in the darkness.
No shit, it's Common. I wonder what else this film has in common with other David Ayer films. I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop. So yeah, it's a tense ass scene.
Shut your fat ass up.
That inevitably leads to a shootout, and Chris Evans' character and Cedric both get blasted and wasted. And oh, Common deadass walks into the line of fire.
I'm out, dog. Cover me. Come on.
And one more thing, it's John Wick time.
I'm thinking I'm back.
After this, Keanu gets to his side piece's house to find out that Common and the Candle in the Dark guy were undercovers. That he butchered in self-defense. Kinda. And now, Keanu is the primary suspect, so he's gotta leave before... POV, my house when the feds show up to violate my constitutional rights. Just kidding, just kidding. This is all YouTube comedic, shitty commentary satire. Take me off the list. So the bad guy's reason for turning on Keanu was because he gave Terry Crews' widow the videotape. So now they gotta hit him with that generic ass bad guy monologue time to let you know they're really bad.
That bitch of yours is fine. Little nurse of yours, Lud, you know I'm popping 100 milli Viagra, and I'm gonna work that little brown ass.
And one more time, it is John Wick time.
I'm thinking I'm back.
This escape attempt fails, so now they're gonna waste them on that same spot where they left those other 2 suspects. And of course, yeah, this film's gonna be riddled with a bunch of cliches. They do that thing where they taunt the good guy before killing him, and I mean give him an obvious chance to freaking survive and fight back. So that's what happens. Who could have seen that coming? There's that other dirty detective that is also trying to extract the disc from Terry Crews' wife, so Keanu is on his way to save her. Also, more generic ass bad guy lines.
A lot tougher than that piece of shit husband you used to have.
But yeah, Keanu saves Terry Crews' wife. But sadly, now she's got to raise 3 kids on her own in Brooklyn, New York. Keanu then goes to his boss's house and lets him know the whole shebang.
Apparently I killed 2 deputies. Santos and DeMille dragged me off to die, so I put them. You fix this, Jack?
Oh, I'm gonna fix it.
Forrest Whitaker deadass hits him with that. It was all part of the plan, and you passed the test, like Denzel Washington in Training Day.
Need an alibi. You were sleeping on the couch after the party. Santos and DeMille, they killed those deputies. Not you. Not you. Oh, I'm gonna fix it. You know, I suspected that Santos and DeMille were capering with Washington, but I don't want to believe that this kind of shit was going on in my unit.
Now it's becoming very apparent to me that Forrest Whitaker's character in here is literally a copy and paste Alonzo Harris from Training Day.
Congratulations, son. You made it. You passed the test.
Which is surprising because Forrest Whitaker is usually a really good actor on his own. But yeah, this is deadass copy and paste Alonzo. It looks like the Asians weren't the only minority race that knows martial arts and kung fu in this movie.
More than that. You set me up. You sent me into dodge.
Keanu still beats his ass though, leaving this boy to be begging and pleading. And hey yo, what is up with David Ayer super secret criminal money hideouts? This is like the 5th time I could recall where in a David Ayer script they're either digging out money, renovating for money, or just finding the money. I wonder what else he's hiding.
I know who likes boys. I know who's selling contracts. I know who's beating his wife. I own them. I'm gonna be cheap.
What happened to just barking up bad people?
Have mercy. Mercy.
Death is a mercy. When all is said and done, turns out that House was actually all behind this for the greater good of the city, and he's gonna transfer from being a medical practitioner to a police chief of sorts. And the film ends with this cheesy looking over the hood cliche. I hate to sound like a broken record, but it is being apparent now how step-by-step checklist a lot of the David Ayer scripts are, because these endings are cheesy as hell. I don't want to spoil any of the other movies, but a lot of the times it's like they'll go through this big ass traumatic day, taking down corruption or just being some sick ass foos, and then they'll come home from an adventure in the night or the break of dawn and everything's okay. If you know, you know. 6 out of 10 orales. All the setup about him being a drunk racist cop kind of goes nowhere by the second half of the film, and the last half becomes nothing but a wild goose chase with a bunch of David Ayer cliches. Definitely go check out Harsh Times, End of Watch, or Training Day if you haven't seen any of those, or better yet, watch my review of those. Thank you very much to the special ass Patreons, and thank you to Oro for sponsoring this video. Until next time, later.